Welcome to my channel, Crystal here. February 12th of 2021 is the Chinese Lunar Year of Ox. No matter where you live in China, the tradition of celebrating Chinese New Year can't miss these three things: enjoying the fireworks, hanging spring couplets, and eating dumplings. Even though I've been living in the States for over 14 years now, and the store-bought frozen dumplings are the regular convenient food in my freezer, but every Chinese Lunar Year, I will roll up sleeves, take out the tools, spend quite a few hours to make homemade dumplings from scratch. If done right, the homemade dumplings taste way better than store-bought, juicy on the inside and chewy on the outside. Plus, the colorful homemade dumpling wrappers carry the festive New Year feeling and indicates the good luck to the family in the new year. In today's video, I would like to share how to make dumplings from scratch, which includes how to make 3 colorful dumpling wrappers with 2 of my favorite dumpling filling recipes. I will also explain the secrets of how to avoid the common issues during dumpling makings so you can take the shortcut and feel confident to make your own dumplings from scratch after the video. Now welcome to my kitchen and let's get started. There are 3 important parts for a successful homemade dumpling makings: the fillings, the wrappers, and the dip. The fillings are the most important elements which can make or break your dumplings. A good filling should maintain a good balance between the ingredients so the dumpling will taste juicy but not too dry or too wet. Although each filling recipe requires different combination of ingredients, but in general, for a common dumpling filling like this pork cabbage filling that are very popular in northern part of China, keeps the meat portion no more than 1/3 of the total filling measurement is the key. For today's fillings, I bought 1¼ pound of ground pork, about 1 pound for the pork cabbage filling, and the rest will add into the second. Dump the ground pork in a mixing bowl. Loosen up the meat first. Then use the mixer to beat the meat. Keep in mind to beat the meat in one direction only, to smooth out the chunkiness and also help to create a nice, consistent texture. Add in 1 teaspoon salt, ½ teaspoon ground pepper, 1 tablespoon cooking wine, 1 tablespoon light soy sauce, ½ tablespoon dark soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon sesame oil. Mix again. Then add 1 whole egg. Mix until the egg is fully blended in the mixture. Use the Napa cabbage instead of the regular ball-shaped cabbage, because Napa cabbage contains more water that will make the filling more juicy. Wash the cabbage clean, then cut into tiny pieces. Then transfer the cabbage in a bowl. Pour 1/4 cup of cooking oil and mix with the cabbage thoroughly. This is the key step, the secret to keep the filling juicy but not watery. You might have heard a lot of other dumpling recipes out there ask you to add salt in and squeeze out the extra water from the cabbage. But in my recipe, I like to use oil to lock in the water and the moisture so the nutrition is not wasted and the filling is not dry. Add the cabbage to the pork. Mix well. Then chop 7 to 8 green onions into tiny pieces. Chop or grind a few slices of gingers. Add to the mix. Top with 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of 5-spice powder. Mix to blend all the ingredients well into each other. For the second filling, which is called the sanxian fillings, which normally includes Chinese chives, scrambled eggs, and shrimps. Chinese chives are famous for its strong garlicky flavor, commonly used in a lot of recipes. Eggs and shrimps add 2 unique flavors into the mix. Scramble 2 eggs in the pan. Then cut into fine pieces. Wash a handful of chives. Finely cut. Cut 20 some medium-sized shrimps. Put them together. I also add about 4 ounces of ground pork in for a richer taste. Mix the ingredients together. Add 1 teaspoon sesame oil, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon 5-spice powder, and 2 pieces of chopped green onions, and 2 sliced ginger. Mix all the ingredients well into a consistent base. Now we have the 2 fillings ready. It's time to make the wrappers. You can always buy the wrappers from the Asian stores or some big supermarket store to save a good amount of food prep time. But if you have enough time or are determined to learn dumpling makings from scratch, the homemade fresh wrappers are more tasty, chewy, thin on the edge for easy wrapping, thicker in the middle to avoid the filling leaking out. Plus, you can make these unique, colorful wrappers and express your creativity with your cooking. I used the color made out of fresh veggie juice. Today, I used 2 medium-sized carrots and a handful of spinach leaves to create the orange and the green colors. Roughly cut the carrots and the spinach. Blend in the blender individually. Filter out the pulps. Take the juice for the dough making. I will start with the orange wrapper first. Mix 2 cups of all-purpose flour with prepared carrot juice. Add in the juice little by little. Mix. When there's no more loose flour, use your hand to roll the flour into a dough. A good way to tell is your hands should be clean of flour and the bowl should be clean of loose flour too. The dough should be not too hard to press on. Cover and set aside and work on the next dough. Keep the same process with the spinach juice for green wrappers and clean water for regular non-colored wrappers. Take the first orange dough out. Roll out on the cutting board to a long rope-like shape. Then divide the rope into 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. Then roll the individual dough in your hand into a ball. Press down to flatten. If you're right-handed like me, use your left hand to hold the top of the flat dough. Right hand hold the rolling pin. Press down firmly on the dough. Push upward. Then pull down to thin out the dough. Rotate the dough with your left hand and roll with your right hand. Keep the rotation and rolling motion until the wrapper is thin enough, usually less than 1/4 inch in the center, and the edge should be thinner, around 1/8 inch. Take a wrapper in your hand, scoop a spoonful filling to the center, then carefully fold the edge together to close it up. When the filling is securely sealed inside, hold around the edge with both thumb and index fingers. Gently but firmly squeeze the dumpling from side to the middle. After the squeeze, the dumpling should be able to stand up on its own on the board. Continue this process until you used up the dough or the filling is running out. For today's video, I made about 110 dumplings with a total of 6 cups flours. To bring the color wrappers making to the next level, I want to show you how to make the multicolored wrappers. Roll the single-colored dough into 3 separate ropes. Cut along each rope into half. Then combine the 3 half-divided dough into one. Roll along until they stick together and form into one rope. Divide it into individual pieces. Roll and pull to get the multicolored wrappers. Keep wrapping until you get enough dumplings for one batch to cook. This is the most time-consuming process. You can invite your family and the kids to work together in the kitchen. Put some music on and enjoy your family time. To cook the dumplings, boil the water. When the water is ready, dump 20 to 30 dumplings depending on the size of your pot. Don't crowd the dumplings too much in the pot. Use the strainer to gently push the dumplings back and forth to avoid the dumplings stick with each other or stick to the bottom of the pot. With the high heat on, cook until the water boils again. It should take about 5 to 6 minutes. Then add half cup of cold water in. Wait until another boil. Repeat this step one more time, so you get 3 boiling times and 2 times adding cold water. When the edges of the dumplings look transparent, the dumplings are ready. Turn off the heat, then transfer the dumplings into a plate. Then we move on to the last important step, the dip. Don't underestimate the dip. It not only takes your dumpling taste to the next level, but can serve as the rescue if you realize the dumpling tastes a little bland after boiling. It is very easy. Take a small bowl, finely chop some green onions, and grind 1 clove of garlic. Add 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Heat 2 teaspoons cooking oil with Chinese peppers in the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes until the oil is very hot. Pour on top of the mix. Hear the sizzling sound? The hot oil instantly brings out the seasoning flavor. Add in 3 tablespoons vinegar, 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, pinch of sesame seeds, and 2 drops of sesame oil. A homemade dipping is very delicious on its own and ready to use. Take 1 dumpling, dip into the sauce, have a bite. The chewy skin soaked in the salty and spicy dip. Juicy and tasty fillings. All the time and efforts are well spent. Prepare more dumplings in one sitting and freeze up the extra for future use. This is how you make dumplings from scratch. You can also follow the link under the description and get the detailed recipe printout at my website. Homemade dumplings from scratch could take a few hours to prepare, but prepare and eating dumplings will bring your family together. It also represents the good intention of having good luck for the family in the new year. It is a very important part of Chinese food culture and it carries a deep-rooted family-first Oriental value. If you're Chinese living abroad, or you simply like to eat dumplings, after watching this video, I hope you feel confident to try it out in your kitchen. Bring your family members to the kitchen. Enjoy the precious family time and the good food made from scratch. At the first day of Chinese Lunar Year of Ox, I wish you all the best and a Happy New Year. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more healthy homemade recipe videos every week. See you next time. Bye.